What's going on? How's it going, everybody? My name is Armando. I'm from God Passion. Thank you so much for coming back. If this camera angle is kind of weird, it is. Basically, I can't find my GoPro. I could have swore I bought it back from being home with my family with me, but I've looked at my entire apartment so far, and I cannot find it. I think I might have left it at home, which is a little aggravating, man. The show must go on. I gotta try and put out content. I haven't put anything out for almost a week now. By the title of this video, guess what? I'm making a New Year's resolution that won't fail me, all right? And if you want to take some notes, I encourage you to, because this is going to be so helpful. You know, like everyone else, I come up with resolutions every year. Things I want to do, things I want to have, things I want to incorporate more in my life. And it just never really quite works out. And I think I might have figured out why. Okay, I think I definitely figured out why. And this year, it's going to be different. My New Year's resolution is not going to fail me because I'm not going to make one. Yes, I'm not making a New Year's resolution. You know, I always think of them and I come up with them, and I always think, why can't I ever stick to them? Or why do I always seem to fail most of them? I mean, last year I think I had 6, and it was my phone background, and I think I achieved 3 out of 6. It's 50% of my goals, which isn't too bad, not too bad, but I feel like I could do better. I want to do better. And I want to change my mindset about them. So what did I do? I went online and I started researching, why don't New Year's resolutions work? I mean, there has to be somebody talking about it. Okay, there's a lot of people talking about this. And if you Google it and maybe you're too overwhelmed, I hear you, that's fine. Because I read like 20 articles and they all kind of had their own reasons why people believe that New Year's resolutions just don't work. That is why this year, I'm changing my mindset about them. I'm changing the way I look at the resolution, because I'm not even looking at resolutions. This year I'm making goals and I'm finding ways that will make me accountable and make me doable, so I can actually be the person I want to be this year. Just some facts, just so you know, New Year's resolutions probably don't work. 4 out of 5 resolutions are broken by people. Okay, 4 out of 5 people will break their resolutions. 1/3 of resolutions will be abandoned by the end of January. 33%, 80% of resolutions will be given up on by mid-February. And I mean, with those kind of results, I need to change the way I look at them. So I want to go over why they don't work. And then I'm going to move on to maybe some possible ways to make them work. One of the biggest things people are saying is they're too vague. They're not specific enough. And already, you know, I'm like, wow, that's right. That's me. Yep, I'm not specific. I believe there's like 3 people tend to have, and I know I tend to want or to have as a New Year's resolution. And that's like, make more money, have more money, lose weight, exercise more. It's hard to hold yourself accountable to such a vague statement. People also tend to have like a lofty list. I mean, they tend to have these big ideas and big goals. They're like, this is what I want. You know, it's hard to say, this big idea is what I want to achieve, and then just hit that big idea every time. You have to make progressive steps toward it. They're that saying, how do you eat an elephant? 1 bite at a time. And you got to be able to make these big goals into small everyday bites. People tend to underestimate how long it takes to kick a bad habit. You know, there's that popular thing that's like, it takes 21 days to build a new habit. If you look online, people are saying it actually takes like 66 days to make a good habit stick. That's like 2 months. I mean, in my mind, I'm not thinking, oh yeah, in 2 months, I'll just now be starting. No, I'm like, all right, you know what? By the end of this month, boom, I'll be having this goal. 21 days is a month. In less than a month, I can have this new habit down. Easy. I could do less than a month. It's more like 66 days. That's 2 months. 2 months. That's something I didn't even realize. People were saying that time management is a huge thing, and it's so true. If I think about what I have time for, or if I think about trying to add something to my day, I'm not gonna have time for it. I have to make the time for it. I have to create the time. So it has to be a priority to me, you know? It's something that I'm not gonna prioritize, or I'm not gonna be like, oh, it's important enough for me to set an hour aside. Then I'll probably choose an hour of TV or an hour of surfing YouTube for no reason over that. And the last one I'll kind of mention is the wrong perspective and or mindset. We tend to focus on what it is we don't want. You know, I don't want to eat junk food. I don't want to spend money on eating out all the time. I don't want to this and that and this and that. It's hard to break something when all you focus on is that something. All I focus on is not wanting to eat junk food. All I'm really thinking about is junk food, you know. I don't want to eat a donut. Now I'm thinking about donuts. Maybe I do want that donut. Maybe one won't hurt. And then just the cycle continues. There's a few reasons why New Year's resolutions don't work, and a bunch of reasons why I'm not creating one this year. Instead, I'm making goals, and goals that I will achieve. And so then I started looking up, how to make a New Year's resolution work, or how to make a goal for the year that works. Maybe you've heard some of these concepts, maybe you haven't, but if you haven't, go along with it. So one of the biggest things is to make a SMART goal. All right, don't make dumb goals. No, SMART's an acronym, but SMART means specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-based goals. Now, what does that mean? I'm gonna find a way to make them each a SMART goal within themselves, and specific meaning you need real numbers with real deadlines. So if I say, because one of mine is to be healthier this year, and one of the ways I want to be healthier is to honestly lose like 10% of my body weight, which is a specific number. I don't really want to reveal that yet, but 10% of my body weight, I want to lose that much. And I have the real number, and I'm gonna give myself, figuring by May to do it. What's an okay time limit to be able to lose the amount of weight a week? I should be able to do it by May. So my goal is a specific number. We'll say May 31st as my, real deadline. Measurable. My goal has to be measurable because I have to say I am on my way to achieving. I am one step closer. I am getting closer to my goal. My goal can be even in the sense of creating. I can't just say I want to be more creative. It's hard to hold myself accountable to be more creative. But if I say I want to create something new every week if I want to create a podcast every week, that's measurable. Did I do one podcast this week? Did I do one podcast this week? Did I do it this week? It's measurable. The A, attainable. Your goal has to be attainable. I can't just say, okay, you know what? For the rest of the year, I'm going to make 5 podcast episodes a week. Whereas I've learned this month, I'm going to make a video every day this month. That was a lot harder than I thought it would be. But I did learn some stuff, and I learned that I could post videos pretty often. Maybe that was a little too much for the time. My goal has to be challenging, but not impossible. Challenging, but possible. If I want to say I want to lose 10% of my body weight in 2 months, it's a lot. Maybe it's a little unattainable. It's a little too out of reach. Relevant, this comes with kind of just being honest. I need to be honest with myself, why do I want these goals? Why do I want to create more? That's more work for me. That's more work that I have to take out of my free time and dedicate to doing something, and maybe that something will cause a stress to me. So I have to be honest, why do I really want to do it? Why do I really want to lose weight? Is it because, my parents are saying stuff about me losing weight? Is it because, people are starting to make comments? Is it, this society or like an outside pressure that's making me feel like I can't be this weight? The goal needs to be relevant to me. It needs to have an importance to me. And they need to be time-based. Again, I give myself a time limit. End of May 31st. Boom, set date. Boom, hit the goal by that date. My goals will be SMART goals. And another thing I read that was super awesome was like reframing my goals to be positive to me. The words you say to yourself or I say to myself have a big impact on my thoughts and actions. So they need to be positive words. Like I mentioned earlier, if I'm just like, I don't want junk food, I'm focusing on junk food. I can't, my energy has to be put into what I do want, not what I don't want, because I'm just probably going to end up focusing more and doing more of what I don't want. Maybe it is more of, okay, I want to have 80% of my meals in a week to be healthy. Okay, focusing on what I want. I want to be healthier. 80% is healthier than what I'm doing now. I'd say it's about 50, maybe 40, 60 and healthy. It's a rude awakening to say that out loud, which is why I'm here where I'm at. I want to focus on what I'm going to achieve is going to help me, not what I'm doing is hurting me. I don't want this year to be so much about, oh, I did that last year, all year, and now I'm here, and I'm stuck here. I want to be, this is me being a better person, wanting to be better, so I'm going to be doing these steps, A, B, and C. And another thing that I kind of touched on a while ago, that people say helps, make these goals more attainable or more likely to be achieved is to be honest. Honestly, why am I doing these things? Why do I want to do these things? Why do I want to be more creative? Why do I want to be healthier? Why do I want to lose weight? Why do I want to run? Why do I really want to do these things? like I said before, sometimes it's like I have this face for social and work and all this stuff, and it's like, this is me to me. Why do I want this for real? And making that an integral part of why I'm doing what I'm going to be doing. And a few other things I found that I think are that I saw, that I read, came up often, and I think are still helpful, is create a positive environment. Surround yourself with people who are going to be encouraging you. Don't try to put yourself around unless you're a super competitive person. I mean, maybe competitiveness is a good idea, but at least surround yourself with some people who are going to be positive, uplifting, encouraging you. And then no progress is progress. I will make mistakes. I will not achieve my goal every week at some point. At some point, I will not achieve my goal of the week, all my goals of the week. But I need to be okay with that. I need to be accepting of that. I need to know progress is progress as long as it's in the right direction. Making a lifestyle change or being the good person I want to be isn't all or nothing. I'm not all of this or nothing of it. I am doing my best. I am a good person who is doing all they can. Next week, maybe I can do it all. But this week, maybe I'm not. All in all, I got some things to do. I got some things to work on. Some things to think about. So, if you found this helpful, please give it a like. This is sort of me just talking out my frustrations with having a resolution that doesn't work for the past few years. So thank you so much for sticking around. This is a long video. Thank you so much for sticking around. I appreciate you. I appreciate your time. Please come back. Subscribe if you want. Subscribe if you can. You should just subscribe. What's up? I still have my YouTube goals. I'm trying to hit 100 subscribers. I have 12. It's freaking dope. Peace.